Daily Broadside to 867. Currently sitting in a parking garage below my hotel, where I'm on the 15th floor. I am now like 2 or 3 levels below, and my head almost hits when I walk around this. There's parts where it says 5'10", and that's where the pipes hit. But like I almost hit my head on the parts where the pipes aren't there. So it leads me to believe, like, if I'd have driven my diesel truck, there's no way I'm fitting in this thing. I'd have scraped every plumbing pipe, like everything that's hanging down from the ceiling. I'd have just destroyed. In fact, I'm backed into a space right now such that the wall doesn't even allow the hatch to open the whole way. I get the concrete's expensive, and, it costs a lot of money to build these parking decks, but I think if you can't walk a 6'6" man around in it, it's probably a little too low, or because they don't tell you anything about it. Like, hey, I'm driving this. Like, I don't know what the height of my truck is, but I know I'm not taller than my truck. My truck would have just ripped the whole roof off of this thing. Or actually, the building would have won. My truck wouldn't have a roof. Walking around last night, and I get almost back to the hotel, and I find a dude's wallet sitting down. So I take to the interwebs and start researching. A guy named Bowen, I'm sure it's Bowen, but I found him on LinkedIn. I found like 3 or 4 of his relatives, including him and his wife, on Facebook. I found him on TikTok. I found him in a couple other places. I called a couple of his, one that was his current employer, according to LinkedIn, and I've heard nothing back. So Bowen, shout out to Bowen. Bowen, if you're out there, I got your wallet. You got all your Texas Roadhouse gift cards, your cash, your credit cards, all that stuff, So hit me up. I'll meet you around here somewhere and get your stuff back to you. But I'm getting blown off by everybody in Bowen's family. They're just not answering my messages. But at any rate, it is what it is. This morning, I was waiting for, it was raining, right? So I was going to go out and do some stuff, but instead I stayed in the room and just dicked around. And I was like, oh, well, I'll watch Toy Story. I've never seen Toy Story before. I know. Hear me out. And but it was like 30 minutes before Toy Story came on. So I started watching I'm going to get this wrong, but like the American Cornhole Association. It was a cornhole championship. I don't know why they call it cornhole, and I think it needs to be a little bit more difficult, because these dudes were just hole, almost hole. I mean, they couldn't miss. It's like bowlers, like they're just strike, strikety, strike. I mean, and it was dumb. And I don't understand the point system, because like in one round, like I had this little kid named Aiken. He looked like Ellen Page, and then this other dude named Jamie, maybe, I don't know. He was a big burly dude. He kept drinking water like he was, thirsty, like hot, like from being taxed from throwing beanbags, 20 feet. But they would throw it, and the dudes would make like 4 or 5 in a row. I don't know how many bags you have, like 5 or 6. But then the score would only go up like 1 point. I don't understand the scoring. But my point is, it was supported by like the people that were like, advertising. It was like was it Bush's Beans, Corn Nuts, of course, Camping World, and then Miller's Ale House. Like, there was a few like corporate sponsors. And I was just like, wow, like, what does Bush's Beans get out of cornhole? Like, who's watching cornhole and they're like, we really need some more beans, I also saw a video this morning where a guy cut a couple air holes in a can of Bush's Beans, and then it blew up his grill because he decided to heat them up there. Like, you're just creating a pressure cooking bomb, you goofball. But anyway, my point is, I don't understand the scoring. I don't understand why that's a sport. I don't understand why they've not made it more difficult. And the announcers, they're just like getting into like the play-by-play, and I'm like, how is there anything to talk about, Oh, he's really got to work that bag. And I'm like, this is strange. You work the bag, all right. But then I get to Toy Story. Can't say I enjoyed it. I'm just not a Pixar person. I liked Ratatouille in the first Cars. It's as far as I can take this. I've never seen Lion King. I don't know if that's Pixar or not. I've never seen Finding Depot. It's not Depot, it's Nemo. I've not seen there's Dory. I just combined 2 words. Depot. Dory and Nemo. I've not seen either one of those. I'm being told that Toy Story 2 and 3 are better than the first one. I don't know, it couldn't be worse. But let me tell you what really was all I could do to get through this part. I can't stand Randy Newman's voice. You got a friend in me. I wanted to bang my head into an oven and just slam the oven door on my face. I can't take him, man. It's like listening to that dude that sings for Rascal Flatts. I think Rascal Flatts might have some good tunes, but they need somebody else to sing it. Like, they need, Steve Perry needs to go sing for Rascal Flatts. And then I might be like, well, Rascal Flatts not a bad band, but I can't take that dude's voice. It's just too high-pitched and alien. And I don't know what it is about Randy Newman's voice, but it sets me the hell off, and it triggers something in me. And again, I was looking around for an oven, and there wasn't one in the hotel room. It's crazy. Anyway, what else was I going to talk about? Yesterday, I accomplished, in 16,000 steps, I got the Washington Monument. I got the Holocaust Museum. I got the Lincoln Memorial. I got Vietnam Memorial. I got World War II. I got Korea. I got Jefferson, MLK, Roosevelt, which people sleep on the Roosevelt, man. It's way out in the middle of nowhere on the other side of the tidal basin. People forget it's there, but they don't walk over there and see it. But it's really good. And of course, if you don't know enough about, FDR, you're not going to know much about that because they don't have any signs. They got some quotes, but it's absolutely brilliantly done. Very expansive, a lot of blocks. It's easily the biggest one. It's probably bigger than World War II, I'd imagine, as far as a memorial goes. But it's really neat and done. But like I said, you got to know what FDR did and stood for and all that kind of crap if you are going to glean anything from it. They're also adding on to the tidal basin wall. They're reconstructing half the tidal basin wall. And then I was kind of pissed off because the Lincoln Memorial now has this wooden ramp system going up to the top floor because they're now putting a museum underneath it. It started last year, I think, and it's $69 million to put some kind of silly thing underneath about how it was built and all this stuff. So, of course, they've had to take out the handicap, the elevator, the lift, as the Brits call it. And instead, they've got the ramp system so that the handicap can get up to the top of it. But at first, I thought it was permanent. I'm like, what have they done? But it's not. It's just till next year. But God, what a waste of money. We don't need anything added to something that's been there for that long. Just let it be, In fact, I went under the Jefferson Memorial and I'm walking through there and they're building an immersive event underneath there. I don't remember that being bathrooms and stuff under there. So I don't know if that's new or not. I don't know if I went on a day where that was closed. I don't know. But at any rate, y'all waste more money in the federal government than you can shake a stick at. It's absolutely atrocious how badly y'all mistakenly use funds that are appropriated for a lot better things. At any rate, y'all have a good one. I'm going to go find something to do. I'm going to go to the pool on the 12th floor and get wet. Because why not swim in the rain? Because you're already wet. Giddy.